my neck.
All right, we're live. I don't know how long the delay is, but I can pull up my phone. All right, I think we're good. Let's hop on. Turn the music off first.
It's like Sonic level music.
Turn this porno shit off.
Like Sega Sonic
I don't know how-
music.
Dude, I haven't played Sonic in forever. I have Sonic Racing on my PS5, and that's fun. Not bad, actually. Have you guys played that? My daughter loves it, but
We have a PS4 and we got Nickelodeon Kart.
Nickelodeon Kart.
Yeah, because they love SpongeBob, right? So Nickelodeon Kart, you can play like a SpongeBob and a bunch of other random characters nobody knows about.
That
Dude,
sounds cool. Have you seen that like clip where someone edited Mario Kart, but they put like Goku and like Master Chief in it? Like I would play the hell out of that game, dude.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
We have Nickelodeon All Stars, and it's Smash Brothers, but all the Nick characters.
Nice.
That's my little dude.
Nice.
Heck yeah. Well, yeah, we're live now. Welcome to the chat. If anyone's let me open the chat up. I don't know if you guys can see it. This is the second attempt of Carbines and Cantrips because Streamlabs did not want to work last night. I tried getting it to work all day today, and it would not go. Hello, Mallory Childers. That's Jesse's fiance, if I'm not mistaken. Have you guys tied the knot yet? I don't know what your wedding date is.
Correct. It's September. So
Oh, it's coming up.
we got
Sweet. Yeah. So we're trying Restream tonight. So far, pretty awesome. I gotta say, a lot better than Streamlabs. But anyway, we even have name tags included, which is nice. So we have Tyler or T.E. Butcher up there, the author of tonight's book, Yuval Kordov, author of The Hand of God, which is book 1 of the Dark Legacy series. Another big book of his that I'm a big fan of is his novella Orders of Magnitude. Highly recommend that one. And then over here to my left, remember you're right, I don't know how it works in the real world. Jesse James Fain, been on a few times. A prolific short story writer working on his novel and an editor. Is it for Three Ravens? I can't even remember. Do Three Ravens or
Ravens. I will soon be an editor for today's actually like 2. So if you want Chaos Theory. Yes.
I'm actually working on the Raconteur Press, like the Grimm fairy tale. That's like I think Steve Diamond's the guest editor on that one.
Grimm.
Yeah,
Yep.
Glitch Grimm. That's it. I'm doing a.
Oh, Steve Diamond's so cool.
I love Steve Diamond, dude. His Jack Bishop series is a pretty sweet trilogy. If you guys are into like I don't know, X-Men meets X-Files kind of vibe.
Cool.
Highly recommend it. But yeah, I'm doing like a Beauty and the Beast where Gaston is like he's actually the good guy. It's not like up for debate. He's the good guy. He's like a monster hunter. So it's like Beauty and the Beast meets The Witcher kind of action. But yeah. Anyway, last week we covered like the first half of Esther or the first half of part 1. Very sad. She is a little girl in the wasteland of the apocalypse. There's no stars in the sky. The moon. Where the fuck did the moon go? The sun isn't doing what it's supposed to do.
Humanity was bad, so God took away the stars and the moon.
Yeah, and the sun's all wonky. You can't rely on it. It's not in sync with your Garmin watch. And she eats. She's hungry all the time, so she goes for a hunting trip and gets weird mutated jackrabbits that are like have squeaky meat that doesn't cook, and she ate it anyway and started
Man, you're
vomiting.
making the book sound really, really depressing. I don't know.
I mean, it's not depressing, for at least the opening.
Real with you. The opening is
Yeah,
nothing to do with the writing. It's just rough.
Intentional, but yeah.
no.
Yeah,
When
so
Francis Drake talked about the Great Filter, he talked about Yuval's opening to this book.
Yeah, it paints a bleak picture of what we got to look forward to in that first half there. So she gets sick, has a hallucination. An angel's like anyway, yeah, this big monster like came out of the creek when she was hunting rabbits, but she didn't look at it. She was too afraid to look at it, but she heard it. And then the angel came to her in her fever dream / food poisoning dream, and took her back to the creek and was like, "This is what was going to chase you out of the creek, but you ran away. You need to go back there and kill it." So she comes out of her illness, suits up, and that's pretty much where that's a super truncated version, BT dub. But yeah, she suits up, gets ready to go back because the angel wants her to go and kill this demon, which is probably one of the coolest monster descriptions I've read, like that or seen, whatever. It's like this weird mechanical spider thing with a bunch of human faces and mouths and tormented souls like on the surface of its body. And like one of the faces, there's like a rusty chain coming out of its mouth that serves as like a spider web. It's so gnarly, dude. But anyway,
Crazy monster.
So crazy. But the angel tells her that she is the only one that can redeem the souls of the damned that are trapped inside this monster. So when she comes to, she's just kind of like, okay, well, I guess this is what I got to do. Suits up, puts armor on this time, grabs her shoddy, and kind of has like a little prelude to what's going to come later in this section that we read today, but kind of a letting go of her childhood, where she looks at this toy cat that she had been carrying around with her called Gray Cat. And she looks at Gray Cat and she's like, "No more adventures for you." And then she heads on out to go hop on her bike. So that brings us to, did I miss anything like you feel like I should have added in there, you guys?
No, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, no,
I think that's the important part.
Okay. Yeah. And also remember, it's very sad. She's a little girl in the apocalypse and she's hungry as hell. And she ate a funny rabbit.
You've all made that very clear. She's sad. She's a little girl.
Her family's all dead.
The apocalypse sucks.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
a
it
bunch of
does,
weird
though, right?
people.
It does, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to be a good time.
Oh yeah, there are other humans, some of which are still like regular humans, kind of, some family units she sees.
They get eaten by monsters.
Well, by other humans that she calls lopers. That says they move like hyenas, but are still technically human. So there's those guys, which we do see later in this section, but we'll get there towards the end of this stream probably. Oh, excuse me, that was gross. So yeah, section
uncooked rabbit.
Yeah, someone cooked rabbit. Section 2.9 is where we. So I had a question about your chapter. So like chapter 1, obviously is 1, but like, and then you have like it looks like kind of like Bible verses the way you have it set up. Is that just for like the flavor to do it like that? Like
it's intentional. It's kind of like a new book of Esther, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's so. Probably not really spoiling. I mean, so the first part of this book, takes place, probably nearish future. And then once we get to part 2, we jump ahead 450 years. So kind of the first part is almost written like mythology, right? Like something biblical that would get referenced later on. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was wondering if it was like a little like I mean, obviously she's named Esther, and the chapters look kind of like Bible chapters, but like there's a little bit of, like, it seemed like there's a little bit of a mirror where like she's an orphan named Esther who is has to thrust in this position to save other people, and she doesn't really want to. I don't know, it was kind of like a parallel with the Bible Esther. But yeah. So yeah, 2.9 is where we picked up because we ended at 2.8 last time. So Esther goes back to the ravine. She scopes out some abandoned cars that are kind of piled up on top of the overpass, which is above. It goes over like where the ravine's at, where she needs to go to kill the monster. She scopes out and picks a tiny yellow car that had basically like vaulted or like ramped up on top of some other cars. And it was kind of near the edge of the overpass, which made it ideal for her. She was kind of as far as I can tell from this point in the story, she's planning on kind of like pushing it off the side. Kind of as a trap. Then she goes back into the ravine. This time she notices there's like a clear trail coming out of it. So I took that to mean that maybe the demon monster came out looking for her, then went back down into the dry creek bed. So then she hears, as she gets closer, she starts to hear like the weird cry, moan sounds of the creature. And then as she goes down the into the ravine towards where the monster should be, the ground starts to change in this like brown sludge material, and kind of makes it hard for her to walk. Like it like bubbles as she pulls her boots out, like bubbles behind her. Gross, but a cool like terrain effect for the demon. Then she encounters the demon. The faces on its body start to like call out to her. Then she remembers the angel's words that she can, she's the only one that can redeem them. And then this section kind of ends with her reciting a prayer. She's like crying and trembling. Actually, I'm going to read the prayer. I copy and pasted it because that was cool. So here's the prayer section that she read. So when the wicked came against me to eat my flesh, Esther's voice broke with building terror. Tears flowed freely from her eyes. My enemies and foes, she rasped, half whispering while raising her shotgun with shaking arms. They stumbled and fell. Yeah, that's pretty much 2-9. So she goes down there and she encounters it, but she doesn't. At this point, she hasn't fired any shots at it. She just goes there, kind of scopes it out, comes up with a plan, and then goes and confronts the critter. Do you guys have any? What do you guys think of this first section here?
I am happy that we are doing something. It wasn't doing something before, but I am happy that there is a purpose now with all of the darkness that we have been going through. Facing this terrible, awesome, demonic beast. There's a subtle relief in taking action against evil. Yeah.
I really liked her, her foresight of like planning ahead. Because I was like, I don't know, man, a shotgun versus how that monster was described. I was like,
Spider monster with web chain shooting at it.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if the 12 gauge is going to do the trick, dude. So yeah, I like that she was like, okay.
Come on, you can always rely on the 12 gauge.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, the car plan was interesting. I didn't know exactly how she was going to make it work, but I was like, okay, she's going to like try and toss a freaking.
I posted a link to you guys on the private chat if you guys want to look at my X as well. I actually posted the inspiration for that first demon from my original Dark Legacies RPG that I wrote 20 years ago. So this was kind of like the demon in this novel is a reboot of the one I just posted to my.
Heck yeah!
That thing was horrifying, and that's like your starter villain. So
yes, your starter.
First one's free.
It's the first encounter.
Kind of eager to see what else is going on.
Your 0 XP encounter.
Stoling a
yeah, this is my version of the giant rats in the basement. Right? It's just like,
this is Yuval's idea of a tutorial boss.
So here, I don't know if I can make this bigger. It's on the screen right now.
Oh, nice.
Maximize. There we go.
There you go.
Can you guys see it?
It somehow looks worse than I imagined
it. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
So this is. I mean, roughly, this is what it looks like. But this is. It's just funny the things that last, the things that last the test of time, right? Because that illustration is like 20 years old now. So.
Wait. So you said that's a Dark Legacies RPG?
Yeah, like Dark Legacy started as a fantasy RPG. 2004, 2005 that I wrote. It was still post-apocalyptic, but it was fantasy oriented. But it was post-apocalyptic Earth. And then a bunch of years passed, had some kids, things happened. I was like, I want to reboot this. And so there's a lot of the original spirit in there, but yeah. Is
that still up for grabs? Like people
I have like, if anybody wants it, I can send them PDFs. It was part of it was when the open OGL came out for D&D for 3.5. And then you started seeing everybody doing like cool stuff, right? So I got on that bandwagon and released a couple books. And,
yeah. Sweet.
Nice.
That's rad.
Yeah. Fun.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, and there's also sorry to get back into that. So yeah, section 2.9. There's also one part where she's like kind of going down there, because up till then we've had a lot of things that she's seen that were terrifying were like in a dream or like a vision. But now she's going down. She kind of realizes like, okay, like I'm awake now. So like whatever I see, whatever's in front of me, there's no like waking up. There's no escaping from this by pinching myself and waking up. So
Yeah,
there's
this is a real monster.
Yeah, it's time to nut up or shut up, dude. So yeah, that was cool. I like that she kind of had this. I don't know. It's kind of like a realization, a finalization, where she's like, okay, this is a test. I need to. I can't back away from it, whether because she's listening to the angel or God or destiny or whatever. It just feels like kind of an important point in her life and her journey, where she's like, kind of a Rubicon situation where once she crosses this threshold, there's no going back. So yeah. I know it's kind of a short section. Some of these sections are short, some of them are longer. I don't know. You want me just to run through the whole like 2 section and then go back over it, or?
Well, I think we can. There's a whole lot left to comment.
Yeah.
Thing get kind of spicy.
Yeah, things get interesting.
So,
okay. Yeah. So basically, yeah, she. I'll kind of just go over it real quick. So she gets into the fight with the demon. She fires off 3 rounds, and if I missed something that you're like, oh, you forgot to say this, then just throw it out there. Yeah. So she gets in a fight with the demon, shoots off 3 rounds, and then turns hightail it out of there. Her feet are like getting stuck in the muck as she's going up. Things chasing after her. She makes it out. She gets to her bike, her e-bike. It's still going. She jumps on it, and we see that it's like paracord. She has paracord, I think it's what it was, tied up around it, and then it's from the bike. It's tied to the car up on the overpass. So that's her, basically her trap. Jumps on the bike, and she waits and she waits. The demon comes up out of the ravine, chasing after her. Then she guns it. She lightly throttles into it, but then the bike sinks down into the muck and isn't going anywhere. So she auto deflates. It's a cool futuristic bike, so she can control the tire pressures with some controls. Deflates the tires. For those of you who don't know anything about tires and traction, a tire with less air pressure gets better traction. And then she kind of gives it some more throttle, and then it does go forward. The cars come down. They crash down on top of the demon. Plan works, but her bike comes flying out from underneath her. Unfortunately, she doesn't get hurt. She thanks her guardian from the grocery store. That kind of stuck out to me. I'm like, okay. She gets up, and she's like, because she remembers seeing movies with her sister where the good guy always shoots the monster or whatever, and then just turns his back on it and leaves, and then the monster gets back up and kills her. So she's like, okay, I got to make sure. So she goes back towards the pile of cars that the monster's trapped under. There's a big mushroom cloud of dust that got kicked up from it. And as she's approaching it, a tentacle, or I don't know if it's a tentacle, shoots out from the cars erupt. Tentacle shoots out, punctures her through the shoulder.
The chain thing.
Yeah, the chain thing lifts her up, and basically, I think some of the faces got smashed and crushed by the cars, but regardless, there's a space that's opening up, the heads are moving out of the way, and it's pulling her down into this open patch of its flesh. Yeah, super rad. And then she starts tripping and having visions of her sister Miriam, who's kind of coaxed. I don't know if it's her ghost or if it's just her subconscious. I don't know if it's Miriam's ghost or Esther's subconscious, but kind of Esther's I have a present for you. And it seems like Esther kind of goes into autopilot and racks another shell into the chamber of the shotgun. And she shoots down to the opening where the monster wants to bring her, blows a hole in it. And Miriam's like, I have a present for you. And the present is inside the monster's body. So she allows herself to get sucked into it. She reaches her arm in the hole for the present that Miriam's I got a present for you. Puts her hand around. I'm assuming it's a heart. It's some kind of vital organ. In my head, I'm it's a heart. I think it's a black orb, right?
Yeah, it's almost like
yeah, it's a reflector.
It's like a D100, but it's a demonic D100.
Nice.
It's an evil D100.
Yeah, it's I don't know what they're called, but in Oblivion, Elder Scrolls, when you had to go into the gate and grab the stone out.
No,
it wasn't a soul gem. It was
just
whatever. It was
the
some
rock.
stone that kept it was an orb that kept the gate open. And when you took the orb off the pedestal or whatever, the gate.
Yeah,
shut
you could enchant your stuff with them, and they gave you like cool, like each gate had like a different effect. It was a cool idea for a mechanic.
Yeah.
I want to say Oblivion Key, but that doesn't seem right.
Hey, it might be. That might be it, dude.
I like that
Either
there's
way,
4 of us here on our computers with phones nearby. And we're like,
this
what
is
was
more
the
fun to
thing
try and like pick at our own brain.
Just remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like an art form that we've lost as a society
I
because we have
know.
information
Good on
everywhere.
us. Good on us for just making up the answer. It's perfect.
Yeah, just bullshitting it and hoping nobody like actually knows the answer.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she reaches her hand in and grabs this Oblivion Key and rips it out of the monster's body, and it dies. She passes out, goes to the whatever spiritual ethereal realm that she goes to, and she's hanging out with the angel. The angel's there. There's like all these like geometric triangular shapes that she's
No, I can't.
I think. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's not good.
Choppy.
Somebody turned on a microwave.
It's that West Coast internet.
push through. Finding me now. There's little and then another version of herself. And the angel's eating that. Or as he calls it, the accelerant. So yeah, she eats it, and it
You have to eat the rock.
burns her mouth, burns the roof of her mouth like hot top ramen. Yeah, it like spreads and covers her body in the black inky stuff, and then she starts convulsing again like she just ate bad rabbit, and tweaking out.
I must say, you ate salt. Especially the angel should have been like, you ate sawdust and that rabbit. Like, I don't want to hear you complain about this.
Yeah, I've seen what you eat. You eat that ball.
If I ever start a band, I'm gonna have to call it Bad Rabbit.
Yeah, so she starts like convulsing.
Not even the 5th worst thing you've eaten.
It's yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. It has like there's like an easy in period when you eat this black ball, but afterwards you're gonna feel great. But yeah, so she starts like convulsing and struggling and twitching, and the angel's like, "Hey, bro, you're resisting. Something's preventing you from ascending or whatever it is, transforming, accepting it, whatever." He's like, "Someone is accelerating. Someone is stopping you. You need to sacrifice a life for your life." And then she's like, "Oh, I'm the only one." And then the angel's like, "But you weren't always." And then we go to a flashback that really kicked me right in the nards.
So this flashback, true story. My wife, I thought she was going to divorce me when she read that. Because the characters, so I've talked about this a lot. Like Esther, Miriam, they're somewhat based on my own kids, right? And a lot of what I write is like based on my experience as a dad and stuff like that. So some of the shit was hard to write, but hard to write because it's telling hard stories, but real stories. But yeah, when she read that, she basically refused to read the rest of the book for she was just so mad, and I was like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can see after my first kid's 6 now, but once I became a dad, things with kids got way harder for me to read or watch. And this scene hit me. I was like, the fact that she okay, so I'll just start the scene going. It flashes back. She's in a house, kind of like how the book started, where she's in this little house. And I'm not sure if it was it's the same exact scene, and then
it's the same exact scene. Yeah,
she just repressed that part out of her memory.
Exactly,
Okay, so yeah, so it's the same scene from before in start of chapter 1, but it's unrepressed now. So now Miriam was actually there with her in that house when at first we thought she was alone. Miriam's complaining about being hungry. Esther's like, "Shut up, I'm hungry too." Just go to bed. And so like Miriam goes to bed. I think she starts like crying a little bit and goes to bed hungry, as a kid would do when they're hungry. And then when Miriam goes to sleep, sneaky old Esther goes back into her backpack and digs to the bottom and pulls out a freaking sawdust protein bar and just wolfs the whole thing down, eats it, goes to bed with a wonderfully full stomach.
It wasn't even a full protein bar. It was like half one.
chewed.
It was like half a one.
Yeah. And wakes up in the morning, goes to wake up her sister, and Miriam is dead. That's how Miriam died. Her sister starved her to death. Yeah, that was brutal. And then, and then she's like back in like the spiritual realm, and she's like envisioning Miriam's coming down and say, "Oh, don't worry about it." Not, she didn't say that, but like I feel like there's kind of like acceptance. Like, you know, Esther's like, I would do it again. I would save my life over her life. It's like she's like, the angel wants her to come to terms with what she did and like let go of that and like let go of her childhood and her guilt and all that stuff. And like, you know, you needed to live. That was a shitty thing to do, but like, you know, here you are. Humanity needs a weapon, and you're it. So get over it. But like, dude, it almost made me cry. I was like, when she sees Esther or Miriam, she envisions her with a crappy moldy blanket that she like wrapped around her dead body. I was like, oh God, no.
Yeah. And again, like you know, like we can joke about it now because we're talking about stuff, but like it's not intended to be funny.
Yeah, it's not intended to be funny.
Yeah, at all,
like,
right?
If anything,
like,
it's a coping mechanism.
It's not intended to be like mean-spirited either. It's just like it's kind of like an essential, brutal part of like Esther's choices, right? And how she became who she became, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, like, it's very sad and powerful as you read it.
Yeah, well, I was like telling you guys like before the stream started, like we got there, it was like, fuck you, Esther. Like, you couldn't share some sawdust with your sister. Like, what the F? But then I'm like, I hated Cece way more than I got annoyed with Esther just now. And Cece's like one of my favorite characters in Legacy, so I'm sure Esther will be fine.
Have any of you read through the rest of the books, or are you all still just on the first book?
We're still on the first one.
Yeah, still on the first book.
Okay. I have a feeling I'm going to be like F you, Esther, by like the end of your trilogy again. But
it's I hope you get through to the end. I'm proud of the arc. It's a good arc.
Well, pick up for a quarter of a protein bar, if they'd have split it, would have saved
her from starving.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, there's a you're dead and you just don't know it yet. Like that's, and it seems like if she was gone in another 8 hours.
Yeah, there is like when you're starving, there is like a point where like, yeah, you could eat, but your body's already breaking down and stuff's already gone powerfully wrong. There's no saving you.
Yeah. And I think it's probably why the angel like wanted her to like let it go. Like, you know, it is what it is. Like, you know, it's a life's hard. Humanity's in a bad spot. So she basically accepts it. She understands why she did it, but again, like you said, like she did it, but like was it really did her choice even really matter in that situation? So she just kind of comes to accept it, and then she passes out. And feeling like if I left something out that was like, she accelerates. And so when she had passed out, she was still at the ravine, but she wakes up back in her closet in the sex bot factory.
You're just not gonna let that go.
It's such a creepy, like it was like it's like so
there's
creepy.
Also animals there. There's lizards. There's cats. You gotta just think about the sex bots.
Yeah, I know they stick out to you because like when she goes there before she realizes they're sex bots, there's like it's this creepy factory because there's like, you know, like human arms basically. They're synthetic, but like there's all these arms and body parts hanging everywhere, or like, you know, on the ground. It's just a creepy place. And then she's like, they have like oversized genitals and stuff. It's a creepy. I don't want to say it's funny after the fact when you're talking about it, but it's very like it's a creep, like especially as a child, you're like, oh my god.
It's very unnerving that like a child is sheltering there.
Well, she's basically in an XAI factory 5 years from now, right?
She wakes back up in the totally above board robotics factory, And she's
This is where the people who weren't qualified, like her dad, ended up working.
yeah, right. Yeah. She goes and she wakes up. She's like, oh, I feel pretty good. I feel like really rested. I don't feel hungry. I think she has a little bit of pain in her shoulder at like when she first gets up, but then like it goes away. And she's like, oh, cool. That's nice. And then she goes in front of the mirror in the bathroom, and she's like, holy crap, I look way different. Like she's not all gaunt and starved looking, like she's filled out, but she's like toned, muscular. Her skin has turned like ashy gray in color. Her eyes have become magenta with like flecks of gold and silver. She doesn't really have a memory. She's like, how the hell did I get here? Why do I look so weird? And then things kind of like start coming to her like in flashes. She pictures, I think the first thing she sees is kind of a hallucination of the hair of the bad rabbit, like looking at her. And I think that's when she she slips and hits her head at that point and like cuts her head on the mirror and then looks back up and then it like heals. And then the angel comes in and I don't think he says anything. I think he just comes in the mirror. He's like behind her in the mirror. And then she starts having like, there's like a boil or something on her shoulder. She touches it and it like explodes. I think there's like a tentacle, I think, from the monster's part of the vision. And like basically all her memories start like, flooding her mind at that point. And everything kind of comes back into like what happened. I think she kind of understands that like she's changed. She is like, it hurts inside to think about like leaving certain things behind, but she's like, there's a lot of stuff here I have that's like, it's sentimental, but it has no use. Like I can't use it for anything. So I'm just going to leave it behind. So it's a lot of like letting go of her past kind of a moment. And she's like moving on to the future. She puts on her like armor again and it's like, it's snug, but like not uncomfortable. It's snug because her body's like buff now.
Not emaciated anymore.
Yeah.
She's
or just not emaciated, she's strong. Yeah. Yeah. She's gone all Laura Croft on us. Yeah, dude. And she basically loads up everything that she could use for the wasteland, everything that's useful. And is there any part of this section that I've missed out that's like super important? Like,
that like, as far as I remember, she doesn't get her cat. There's nothing that says it. I know a detail that she like packed all the necessities and was like, oh well, a lot of this is like, but specifically, I don't remember.
Yeah, she doesn't mention
like Mr. Claus, but
she
Gray Cat
doesn't mention the Gray Cat at all.
Yeah, I think she left it behind.
Like, she just left him sitting as the first, like the number one, like on the top shelf.
Yeah. He's basically like leaving her childhood behind. Yeah.
And her sister, because in the flashback with her sister before she starved her sister was the one carrying around Gray Cat.
Yeah, that's true. That's a detail I forgot to add in there. Yeah. I like the way you did that with the first, like we go off thinking that Gray Cat is hers and super like it's her comfort animal, and then realize it was really her sister's comfort animal, and she's it's like it's sentimental for that reason. Yeah. Just makes the hog in the protein bar even harder.
Yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be hard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're joking about it, laughing about it, but like if you read the book, like it's not.
You have to.
No, it's not humorous. It's sad.
It's not funny.
And I have legit jokes later that we can definitely like laugh at and not feel guilty about it. So it's all
those aren't any fun.
Yeah. I want to cry while I'm laughing, but not cry because I'm laughing.
Yeah.
So yeah, she leaves all of her childhood stuff behind, and kind of goes off into her adulthood, future destiny, her calling. Goes outside. Her bike's still there, so she, praise God for that. And she gets on her bike. She kind of has this moment where she sees she's asking herself, like why. How did people do this to each other? Why do they hate each other so much that they inflicted this kind of damage and this kind of pain upon each other? And then she kind of looks around at all the devastation. She's like, "Oh, they deserved it." And there's a note that said, or a line that says that she meant it, which is, I don't know. What do you guys think of that? Did that stick out to you guys at all?
Yeah, it's very
like
metal.
like Kentucky Squirrel. It's a cheerful cozy read. Changed my mind. Yeah, go tell everybody that. Tell our friends to buy this book. Super cozy. Absolutely. This is the next house on the Cerulean Sea.
Is there a cozy sci-fi genre? There's cozy fantasy, so this could be the first cozy sci-fi book. Right?
Hold on, you're being very generous with the term cozy.
It's a cozy wasteland read, dude.
Cozy post-apocalyptic.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like when she's in the first chapter, when she's in that first house, I'm pretty sure she calls it cozy. I feel like I'm gonna pull it up here, dude.
Yeah.
I think it's like the first line.
I'm pretty sure she does, or says it's like almost cozy, or something to that effect.
She still had the in, so
literally, so 1-1, the bedroom was pretty cozy considering the state of the house.
There you go. So if I republish the book just with like the first chapter, I can call it cozy sci-fi.
Yeah. There's no roof, but at least it's got 4 walls. What else can you ask for? A bed that's not fully wet. It's dry enough to sleep on.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Eat your heart out, legends and lattes.
So anyway, Esther jumps on her bike, kind of gives a statement on the judgment of the world and whether people deserve it or not. And then she takes off because not only like for her destiny or whatever, her calling is why she's leaving this the workshop that's been her home for a few years. But it's kind of just running low on supplies. She's kind of like, drained all the resources out of it that she can. So she's like, she's got to leave. She's going to go downtown to the warehouse district. Well, she knows kind of where it's at because from her as a kid in her bedroom, she would see all the drone trucks, heading that way. So she has a good idea where it's at in the city. But she wants to get there before nightfall because that's when all the weird, creepy people come out. Well, yeah, I don't know. Because she wants to hunt at night.
The hyena people.
Yeah, it's always dangerous. She just wants to get there before nightfall. So she starts heading to the warehouse district. She gets there. She's like behind a barricade. I don't know if it's just like a regular highway barricade. I think it was. And she's like scoping out the area. It's like a formation of like ring. Like the warehouses are set up like in a ring. And a lot of the outer ones are like all destroyed and just skeletons of what they once were. But there's like a warehouse in the center that's still standing. And she goes to like use her binoculars to zoom in and check it out. She her eyes start hurting and she gets I think it's vertigo is what she feels. And she realizes that her eyes are already like enhanced. Like she doesn't need binoculars, so she can zoom in with her eyes. I think she can see in the dark with her new eyeballs, which is dope. So she
got Riddick eyes.
Yeah,
Riddick eyes.
Glazed, right?
Yeah, I can't remember.
She has the evil red night vision.
Yeah, dude, I love Riddick eyes. Like, did you ever play the Riddick video game on Xbox, original Xbox?
Oh yeah.
Dude, so good.
That was the thing.
I don't know if I did, but I love every single Riddick movie. Even Necromongers, man. I can't get enough of my Necromongers.
Pitch Black. Black is such a good one.
Pitch Black is great. The ones with the Necromongers are unintentionally funny.
Oh, that's so good.
Another Carl Urban banger.
Yep.
Carl Urban's great.
Classic Vin Diesel line. What was it like? I've never smelled beautiful before, or something like that. It's just like such a tease line of like space Riddick surrounded by like space zombies. It's amazing.
I think there's a meme out there, and it's like Carl Urban, and it's like it's fantasy if he has long hair, and it's sci-fi if he has short hair.
Yeah. And this is both, so he has both short and long hair.
Yeah, right.
And it's perfect. He's got
the warrior mullet.
Perfect.
It's cozy science fantasy.
Yeah.
Cozy science, Riddick. Cozy science fantasy.
Yeah. Cozy space dark fantasy.
Yeah. And I don't remember. Like she's like, she realizes her eyesight's super great now. I don't remember what draws her to sit down and look at her bike. I can't remember what it was, but she sees her Bible and she goes and grabs it, and she starts flipping through it. She gets to her favorite line to read, but the pages are all hard to read, like water damage and stuff. But she starts reading it anyway, and then the angel shows up behind her, and and starts reading with her, and like the pages kind of become like revitalized, like the letters. I can't remember. I think they glowed. They get restored basically, so she can read it. But basically, she reads this passage with the angel, and she also has this thought. That's what it was. She was thinking about like this fact that she's like God's chosen servant, like his weapon, and she thinks about her parents, and she's like, "What would my parents think about this? Who were so scared of their own traditions?" And I remember earlier in the section 1 here with Esther, where she mentioned that her mom told her to keep all of their religious practices secret, and she would explain it later. Obviously, that never came, but yeah. So it sounds like whatever world they were living in, religion wasn't allowed, banned, or whatever.
Government bans religion.
Figure out why.
God bans government.
Yeah. God's like, "Oh, you're gonna ban me? Okay, I got something for you, dude."
Oh, I'll fix
Well,
you.
and it could have been like a.
Yeah, you know what?
Too.
I'll give you guys some inside scoop. And I've never actually really talked about this because it's pretty sensitive stuff, actually. But like Esther is like her family was Jewish, right? Like she talks about like the Hebrew Bible, some of their traditions and stuff. So like there's a little bit in there at the beginning of the book that's like kind of like what you're starting to see now with like all the riots and all the crazy stuff that's happening in the West. So it's kind of like projecting that out like 20 years until it's like, yes, like religion in general is, you know, at odds with government and with bureaucracy and politics, but her especially. So there's kind of this persecution angle that feeds into like what she ends up becoming.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited to read that, see how that develops. I feel like there's also when she was tripping and she like saw different versions of herself, and when she like when the angel, I keep wanting to say alien, when the angel said called the thing the accelerant, there's a bunch of female voices that like the accelerant. I was like in my head, so I was like, there was like a bunch of female voices like saying like a choir, like the accelerant. Yeah, that's how I picture it in my head. So I don't know, like, are these other female voices? Because in the prologue there was like describing this like thing being born or created, and it was like, you know, the last of a long line of dead sisters. So I'm like, is this are all the female voices going the accelerate? Are they those dead sisters? I don't know.
Well, you'll once we jump into the future, it's all foreshadowing, right? It's all kind of like prophetic kind of stuff. So yeah, you'll see it. I don't want to talk about it too much because you're not there yet, but you'll see it.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, no, we usually do spoilers, but only spoilers so far as we've read. So
I mean, we all read the blurb on Amazon. We know you're going to end the world twice because you clearly hate it.
Oh, the world already ended twice. It was World War III, and then it was like God doing the
demons.
Right?
What was it? Oh yeah. So she reads the Bible. The angel reads it with her, and then she gets interrupted by a gunshot. So she scurries back over to the barricade and looks back towards the warehouse. She sees some lopers. So the lopers, like as she described earlier, capture people. She also said they just straight up devour them. So apparently they don't kill all of them. They take some back for slaves, kind of treat them like cattle. So she sees a group of these.
These are gnolls.
Yeah, no, that's what I was kind of picturing. She sees this group of slaves, either wearing like super tattered clothes or just straight up naked, like emaciated, dirty, filthy, wounded with like sores, whatever, in rough shape. And then she also notices that they're very young. I think she says like the oldest one was like 6 or 8. I think 6. So very much young children that are just being horribly abused by these post-human, subhuman creature dudes,
yes.
Lopers. And I think she gets a sensation of like heat rises like on her neck or something. She gets pissed, obviously, is what I took from it. And she like blackout, goes berserk. Like, I would like to rage. Comes to, and she like has like ripped everybody apart. I don't think she attacked the children.
No.
Yeah. No, she just ripped apart all the lopers with her. She even's like, my gun is still holstered, my knife is still holstered. I just like my hands are super bloody. I just killed everybody with my bare hands. Cool.
It's that moment.
Yeah, she's
because she was kind of blacked out during it. There's a suggestion that there was some collateral damage, right, but not intentional. So
Okay.
It's the
I wasn't sure.
cartoon
Like,
where Jesus attacking like the SWAT dudes. He's like, my body must be a temple because his fists are open for business. He's just like kicking the crap out of like a bunch of SWAT dudes and like killing them with like his bare hands.
Was it like a Family Guy episode or something?
It wasn't a Family Guy. It was just like an internet cartoon some dude drew.
Oh. Yeah, internet's goated, dude. So yeah, she kills these dudes. Then she's like, okay, well, that definitely probably made some noise. So people are going to come looking. And then she goes and finds, I think it's like a garage door. She like throws it up. And there's like, basically everyone inside's like, what the hell? What's going on? Like the slaves, the masters, everybody's kind of in shock. And she's like, I don't remember all of her lines, but she's basically like, I'm your Messiah. You got to come with me if you want to live, kind of thing. Yeah, so some people like bow down to her. I can't remember everybody's reaction, but as far as I remember, like nobody actually attacked her. I think that's kind of how it ends. Like everyone kind of accepts that she's
she hits him with the voice. She literally like bucks up and yells at them to bow before their Messiah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then that's kind of how this first section
Like,
ends.
oh, we just watched her punch a bunch of gnolls to pieces. So yeah.
Well, I think there are more. I think there were lopers in this area because I think they said there's masters and slaves.
Yeah, there were
Mixture of the weird muty guys and their prisoners. So like she's basically
like, nope, I'm not about that.
Yeah, she got in this far. She's obviously, you don't want to mess with this hombre, dude. Yeah, and it ended. I think the last line she says, "We got work to do," which obviously we've seen that line. The angel said it to her a few times,
multiple times. Now she's like, now I get to say it to other people.
Yeah. Well, he said the angel
shit rolls down.
Yeah, right. I'm at the top, maybe.
Do you like the taste of sawdust?
Sawdust MREs. That's all you're eating in my army. I know a great recipe. You cook it on high for 4 hours, and then you just chew it, swallow it. It's great.
Chew it till you puke.
Yeah. It was also too like the angel when she was in her ethereal realm, and he told her to eat the orb. She asked him who he was, and he said, "I'm your Messiah." So she kind of repeated that again to these people. And then was like, "We got work to do." And then I didn't read too far. I think I read like the first sentence of the next thing, and it was like from the POV of like Lieutenant. So I don't know how like 400. You said it was like 400 something years in the future. Obviously, I thought it was in the future because there was like it seems that some kind of a structure was built through her leadership.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to read this next section.
Yeah, it seems like we're finally getting to like the Vex versus demons that we're kind of anticipating, but we got sad little girl kill sister, eat sawdust bad rabbit.
Yeah,
it's so funny, right?
Rock.
Some people are like, "Oh man, I was so glad to get through part one," and other people are like, "Oh man, part one is my favorite part of the series," right? So because it's different and it's necessary, but there's a lot going on. But yeah, once you get out of part one, you're now, because that was around like I have a timeline somewhere that would have been around like 2050 or maybe 2040s, and then when you get into part two, you're at 24.99.
I mean, I liked it. I think I said it in the last episode, but like it kind of reminded me of some of the animes I've seen, and I couldn't tell you exactly which one. I feel like maybe the Escaflowne movie, maybe some Ghost in the Shell, where things are just very trippy and kind of off the wall, and there's a lot of like introspection with I don't even know like fate and like I don't know people. It's very trippy. I liked it. It's an interesting feel, and because like I said, the only thing of years I read before this was Orders of Magnitude, and that's pretty it's a pretty straightforward. They go to this place, they got it. There's a reason they're there, and there's like flashbacks the guy has, but they're like kind of like solid memories. They're not like like she has very fluid visions and dreams that are kind of all over the place and like pull you around. I think there is a part where you're when she's going down into the ravine and she's kind of like, her vision's kind of like tweaking, and I get this like accordion or this like rubber band sensation from like the trees like stretching out and then coming back. Just it's like her perception of the world feels like it's kind of all over the place. Because like, is she in the real world? Is she back in a vision? Is she in a memory? So is the next? So if we're going from here forward, I guess are we in more for sort of kind of like orders of magnitude where it's like, boots on the ground, we're killing demons?
It's so there's, oh man, how many? I think there's like 8 POVs in the books, and they're just all different parts of the world, right? So you'll learn about Bastion, which is so basically where we're at, and this won't really spoil anything, so you're basically there anyway. But there's really 3 civilizations now, right? There's Cathedral in the west, Bastion in the east, and Hub, the Scavrats, kind of central, and it's different, right? So oh man, I feel like it's different because you guys haven't gotten there yet, so I kind of want to say stuff, but I kind of don't. But there's it stays kind of horror mode, right? Like that. I really like to lean into the horror side of things, because the reality is like fighting demons, like you can't really do it, right? You're gonna get annihilated unless you have a comparable power to fight them with, right? So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of these civilizations just kind of like holding on, But and then you'll get some backstory on the mechs, and then they'll come in, and I don't know, man. There's a lot waiting for you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited to kind of dive in and really get through this next part, because like the vibe I get is like and to me this just seems to be the reality. Like you will not beat, or you cannot overcome or match a supernatural evil like force, like a demonic invasion, with purely secular means. Like you can't science your way out of it. It's like in the hate to reference my own work, but it's like an observe and report. When the UV light didn't work on the vampire.
Yeah.
Because it's not the actual properties of the sun. It's the sun as a symbol of good, and the vampire is evil.
Yeah.
That's why that works.
Yeah, and there's definitely a lot of that, right? And I mean, that's where, some people, I mean, I didn't really write these books to be grimdark. They're not. They're like, it's more like, people trying their best in a very dark world. And, there is hope there and stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's places you're going to see, there's things you're going to see where it's like nobody can deal with this, right? Other than, again, maybe certain people for certain reasons, which you'll find out about. But and that's a recurring theme. And I, in my new novella, Sisters of Mercy, there's actually like a line in there, because that's about 2 of the symbiotes. So they're the girls who are living inside the mechs, and their purpose in life is to roam the wasteland and fight demons, right? And there's this newer symbiote, and she's traveling around with her sister, and she's talking about like killing the demons, and then she's like, well, how many are there? After she finds out how many her sister had killed, and her sister's like, more than all the ammunition in Cathedral, right? And Cathedral is basically their last city. So, it's just kind of, again, this notion of like, like there's a, like the world is fallen in a way, right? And it's going to take more than autocannon 20s to lead all the.
We can't AC-20 our way out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately.
And fun side story with Orders of Magnitude. So Orders of Magnitude was actually originally a title that I was going to use for another spin-off book from the series about the soldiers and priests of Bastion. So it's almost like I took, when you see like Lieutenant Baptiste and the chaplain and his squad and stuff, that's going to feel a lot like Orders of Magnitude to you, because that inspired a lot of it. So yeah, you'll probably have a good time with those POVs.
Yeah, I'm excited to keep reading this series. I don't think I'll do the whole like series on the book club, but once we do this, because I like to do book ones a lot on here. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to finish it. But yeah, Orders of Magnitude, I love that book, or the novella. Novellas are books, right? They count. You see a book.
Yeah, they're books.
Yeah. So I think you said that's not the only thing that you're doing in that IP, right? Or that universe. You got more stuff planned.
I got more. Yeah, I've been through some hard times this year with family stuff, but so I haven't actually been writing for the last month or two. But yeah, I have no shortage of like outlines and notes and stuff for more books in that world. There's just there's a lot of material there to work with. So yeah.
Sweet. Looks like we got a question in the chat from Gramps Toolshed. Fantastic name, by the way. So hey guys, what defines incense punk? How long has this genre been around?
Yeah, and I've got the chat on my phone. So yeah, you can go to incensepunk.com. It's basically, like so my friend John James coined it a couple of years ago. I can't remember. And it's if you think of sci-fi, particularly modern sci-fi, a lot of it tends to be very nihilistic, very materialistic, very like transhumanists, kind of just like, oh, we're in the future, but religion just doesn't exist anymore, right?
Yeah.
So incense punk is really about envisioning futures that are inclusive of religion, right? And it can be any kind of real world religion. And it doesn't mean that it's like, John always says, it's not apologetics, right? It's not like a lot of the like Christian fiction you might read where it's very much like everybody's perfectly wholesome and pure and pious and they're doing the right thing. People make mistakes, people are human beings still, but it treats religion with respect and envisions futures where religion is part of those futures, right? So it crosses everything, right, in terms of like subgenres on top of subgenres. So that's like a genre I write in, and Andrew Gilsmith writes in. If you guys like kind of like if you like the incense punk idea and you like kind of like a little bit more not dystopian but kind of like future tech thrillers, he wrote a book called Our Lady of the Artilects that's amazing. Now that said, it's out of print right now because he just got picked up by a new press, but it'll be out again at the end of the year. But yeah, sorry, rambling answer. Just check out incensepunk.com. You can see samples there, and we also release a short story every month. If you're a writer, you should submit to it too.
Sweet. That's a Substack, right?
I mean,
Today only wrote
yeah, I mean, same, because it's 21, like 30 something, and they're still Orthodox and Catholic Christians in space.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
like
also,
whether
go ahead.
I got if people are like intellectually honest with themselves, like people are always gonna have some kind of religion or something. Like really, because hardcore ideologies, whether it be like libertarianism, communism, socialism, humanism, transhumanism, whatever, that's just religion for people that think they aren't religious. Or people that think AI will solve everything, or aliens will make alien contact and they'll save everything. No, that's your religion, whether you want to admit that or not.
Yeah. And just to answer, is that actually Bowen? Books with Bowen Greer? That must be Bowen. Hey, as far as Orders of Magnitude and Hand of God being in the same universe, I haven't decided yet.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
There's some things there that could be mutually exclusive, but no, maybe I can retcon it. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I also did, when I did my review of Orders of Magnitude, I kind of did like a definition of what incense punk is. So if you wanted to stop by my YouTube channel and watch the Orders of Magnitude review, I do a definition there for you as well, which is basically I think I put like a screenshot to incensepunk.com or the incense.
Yeah, man, I love that screenshot. That's the one I ripped for my own post that one day. It's just like it's so good. It was just like you just got the heart of it.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, dude, like that paragraph where he's like, you describe is it Father James?
Yeah.
It's just like so rad to have an exorcist on your spaceship on the way to the moon with like he's like walking around with a thurible of incense burning while he's got a bunch of night Paladin Knights,
Moon-
Paladin Captain,
Moon's
Paladin
Haunted.
Captain, yeah.
First saw that spaceship around and flies back, jumps out, grabs a pistol, chambers around, jumps back in the spaceship. And he's like, "What?" And he goes,
Gets back.
I have seen that. Did you? I think I tagged you, Yuval, on X, because me and Jesse were reading Weird Warfare from Raconteur Press, and we read one called Archangel. I think you probably would really like.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been meaning to check out there. They do anthologies, right?
Yeah, I think that's all they do so far.
Yeah. I've been meaning to check it out. There's so much I want to read.
Weird Warfare is a great anthology. You should check it out.
Yeah, Tyler's in it.
Is Fred on that one? Fred a Sphere?
What's that?
Is Fred on that anthology? He did a story for us on Incense Punk. I think his X handle is Fred a Sphere.
Is he? Let me open it real quick.
I
I think was there a guy named Fred on there?
I don't know. I don't have my copy handy.
There's two of them.
There's Josh, Ruth. There's a Frederick Giro Heimbach. Is that him?
I think that's him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that wrote Archangel.
Oh, nice. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
It's
so funny.
it's Soviet. It's a Soviet sub crew that shoots they have like ICBMs with demons inside of them.
They're demon missiles.
Demon missiles.
Demon missiles.
That's amazing.
And so there has to be like a priest on the sub, and like the hatch that like goes to the missile room or whatever has like a what is it called? An embossment or like a superimposed image of Jesus on the thing to like keep the demon energy inside.
Oh, that's so good. I'm going to read that this week.
Yeah, it's a good one. Part one, Esther, she was very sad. But it's like a really dark, sad coming of age story, I guess, for her. But now that she's kind of stepped into her role sounds like she's going to be a demon slayer. So her, like, if you didn't watch last episode, her dad designed these mechs that you can see behind Yuval on his background. I'm assuming that's at least from the context I got. That's what she designed. And so she's kind of connected to him. She saw one outside her room. She had a vision where she was like inside one controlling it. And she tried to give it a cat. Couldn't grab it with its little gun arms, or big gun arms, I guess. She's like connected to these robots, these mechs. It sounds like she's going to merge with it and kill a bunch of demons. Sounds rad.
Nice. So where do you think you'll get to on your next part?
I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, because this is I feel like I read through like 50 something pages very fast. It kind of flows really well. So I don't know. Like, do you guys want to try to just do like whole part 2, or I don't know how much time you guys got, so I don't want to like try to get a chunk to read.
I'm on vacation. I can read as much as I want.
Okay.
I have 2 more stories due this month.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all don't.
Okay.
Kill
You
me.
want to just do
that being said, I said that, but I do have edits I need to finish for that Wargate story I saw you.
All right, let's see here. We got
Semi on vacation.
what is this? Oh, once we get out, okay, so the next part doesn't have like the 5 or like the 1 1 1 2 1 3.
No, now you're going to be switching between POVs.
Just POV. Okay. So let's see how many pages like one person is.
So
I will admit it's helpful to tell us the POV we're looking at and not like confuse the hell out of us with like Esther 4-5, Sophus 2-3.
Yeah.
Baptiste 2-3.
No, Esther comes back. She has a few more. I see her name on the table of content.
Yeah, no, Esther comes back. But I'm saying like not keeping the convention, and we're switching between us.
Yeah.
POVs.
So let's see here. Yeah, we're at page 88. Looks like, at least on my thing it says 88. I don't know. You want to read through Sophus? So it's Baptiste, Sophus, Baptiste. I might be saying that wrong. Sorry. Baptiste, Sophis. So
you know what? You know, it'd be good if you guys could do it. If you could read to, even if you want to do a short thing. So there's a Baptiste, then a Sophis, Baptiste, Sophis, and then A11. A11 is like fan favorite character. So if you could read to the end of that, even so that would.
Oh, that's somebody's name.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a cycle 1 or interlude kind of thing. I didn't realize it was a character's name.
I thought it was a robot.
You'll see.
Probably a robot. Yeah.
Okay,
So that's 5 chapters. So you could do that.
Yeah, I think it's about 50 pages. On my thing, it says 88 to 135.
Yeah.
So read
so reading,
A11.
I was going to say, are we reading to A11 or through A11?
What do you think, Yuval? What do you think sounds?
I mean, that A11 chapter is like one of my favorite things I've ever written. So you guys decide. I mean,
It's like 7 pages. I don't think it's, you want to just read through A11. So for me, that would be, on my thing, it says 88, page 88 to read to page 142.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Yeah.
The A11 chapter is kind of hinted at the end of the chapter that comes before it. So it's a nice kind of like little chunk to get through.
Okay. Yeah. Let's if it works for you guys, like I said, you guys have more things to do than I do. So just reading through A11 work for everybody. Cool. Well, yeah, this really worked out well. Way to go, Restream. Thank you for saving me from Streamlabs, because that was lame. I was pulling my hair out today, dude. I was so angry. I kept trying to like stream it. I was like uninstalling stuff, logging out, logging back in. Nothing would work. It worked on X for some reason, but it wouldn't work on YouTube. And then I just tried Restream. I was like, oh, thank God.
So being able to see the chat on my end was cool. Like, are we just cool with doing Restream like all the time?
Yeah, no, I'm done with Streamlabs, dude.
It's the new standard.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that I don't know if the chat can tell us, but like if it wasn't even buffering, because a couple of times I tried multi-streaming on Streamlabs, it buffered so bad that I stopped doing it. But if I go back and watch it and it's smooth, there's no reason for me to go back to Streamlabs.
We had a moment, and I think that's the only little pickup.
That's West Coast internet.
This works with people that I stream.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm about it. Being able to see.
Yeah. I keep forgetting his name. David. How do you say his last name? Baradina. Yeah. Better. Yeah. He was like, "Dude, you should try Restream." Yeah. So that's why I tried it, and thank God he said it.
Likes to read copy of learner is absolutely CPU, and then how to.
You need a manual for that?
Yeah,
that's funny, dude.
It's everybody, but it came from the trailer. He expanded into a relationship.
I think he said he's going to try and come on. Not right now. I think he said he was busy. I can't remember what he said he was doing, but I think in the future he might try and come on for a book club.
Nice.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming on. If you want to pick up this awesome book, definitely recommend it. There's a link in the description where you can go to Amazon. It's on there. I read it on Kindle Unlimited. So if you're a KU, you can just add it to your library and read it. And I didn't see, is there an audiobook for this?
No, I wish, like a lot of people have asked for audiobooks. It's just so expensive to produce audiobooks. I'm starting to investigate it now for orders, just to kind of look into it, because it's a lot cheap. It's by the hour, right? So it's a lot cheaper to produce an audiobook for a novella than a trilogy of novels. So I might toe dip, and if it seems worthwhile, then we'll look into it.
It might be worth your while to try like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, or some kind of crowdfunder to source the upfront cost of that. Because if you find like a good narrator with a decent personality, like your readership will rally behind that.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think Devin Erickson did that for Theft of Fire. I think he did a Kickstarter for get an audiobook funded. Yeah,
Devin did it. I did it with Storm Warning. my readership isn't nearly as big as Devin's, but that's neither here nor there. But like, it got funded. Like,
Yeah,
my
that's
narrators,
awesome. I'm going to DM you about that because I want to know how you went about that.
very carefully. My first Kickstarter for the actual book was probably, for the money and for what I invested, it was much more efficient, but the audiobook one wasn't bad either.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know, I don't know if you can. I don't remember the gentleman's name. I believe he has passed away now. But the artist of your cover, he did orders of magnitude, and I also think I saw his name pop up for. I don't know if he did all the art or some of the art in the Land and Sea graphic novel Paradise.
Oh, did he? Yeah, Chris. Yeah, it's really sad. Like he was like 50, and yeah, he just cancer. Cancer is the worst, man. He's so talented and so great to work with, and just so generous with his time. Like he would go work on like a Marvel production or a DC production, and then work with me like nobody indie author and give me like beautiful covers, right? And he actually lived in my city, like he was local to me, so so that was cool too. But yeah, it was just a real shame.
Yeah, dude, your Dark Legacy covers is, I think, I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but like, is like the main reason I was like, I got to read this thing, dude.
Yeah, awesome. And yeah, thanks for even doing this, guys, and for having me. It's a real honor. It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Thank you, Tyler, and thank you, Jesse, for coming on. Thank you, chat. Like I said, there's a link in the description if you can't make your way over to Amazon on your own. I do make a small, commission off the sales if you just click on it. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but I appreciate it if you do. If not, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you guys next week.
Sounds good.
See ya.
Later, boys. All right, how do I? I'm gonna fat finger.
I can still hear you. But we're on ending soon.
Oh shit, my bad.
I don't think they can hear us.
Okay.
This is the Be Real.
If they could hear us,
I mean,
let me put some music on.
now's the time to cuss a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck shit. There you go. Get the porno music going.
This is better than the elevator music you had at the beginning, or Sonic level,
thing.
whatever I said.
Oh, I thought it was the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
I might be misremembering.
The other guy can do chill hop. Let's do chill hop.
It's our Sonic level.
Down tempo. There's only like 3 free songs you can use. Everything else, yeah, is behind the paywall.
Well, no service is perfect.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Great. Oh, guys.
All right.
Later, boys.
See ya. I'm gonna end it now. Later, guys.
All right, I found the button. We're good.